was out here earlier in the week, he had said that he's running full speed all the time now. That's made a big difference for him. From your perspective, what have you seen out of him so far this spring?
It's been great. I mean, his effort's been great. You know, I mean, the one negative thing about him in the past is that he would not run 100% all the time. Guys that fast typically are like that because they know they can turn it on whenever. But he's doing a good job of giving great effort and being really not that he wasn't a playmaker before, but a great leader and everything. I mean, attitude. Everything's been good so far.
Does that open up what you can do with him?
Oh, I mean, you can do whatever you want to with it. I mean, golly. I mean, you just got to get him the ball every now and again. And, yeah, I mean, we're going to move him around a little bit. But, I mean, we can, the sky's the limit with that kid.
Did you have to teach him how to practice the way you wanted him to practice?
Yeah, I mean, just play fast all the time. I think that was the one thing that really and truly we harped on with him is, he had a tendency, like I was saying, to jog off the ball and kind of because he can kind of set up stuff, and you got to let him be a player. But in the same part, he has to understand that the faster we playing fast doesn't necessarily mean always just running fast. It means doing everything fast. Getting out of the huddle fast, lining up fast. The tempo needs to be high, and so he's been doing a great job.
You guys still dropping too many balls, or have you fixed that since the last time we talked?
No, we got the last practice we did really good. This practice, I mean, we got beat bad. So I mean, we got to go back and be a little more competitive.
But what kind of leader is Tavon? You mentioned he's being a leader this spring camp. He doesn't seem like he's a very soft-spoken guy.
Yeah, but I mean, if you pay attention to him, he's really an emotional leader. Whenever like today, we wasn't having a great day. I mean, he is going to sit there and talk to the group, and he's going to have high energy, and he does a good job of understanding. When things are going good, you can shut up and just play. But when you need a little boost, he'll inject it too.
Can one game do it for a guy? The Orange Bowl was the one everybody kind of points to. He had a great year, but can one game do it? Have you seen that in your career where the light goes
confidence, on? Yeah. But Tavon had confidence before. I just think the first year, you find ways to use guys, and the Orange Bowl was kind of a peak of a whole year, having him, and then a whole bowl preparation, and then utilizing him in the correct way, So, I mean, you're probably going to see a lot more of that, I would guess.
How about the way you work Stedman and Tavon? How do those two complement each other?
Well, I mean, just by the fact that you can't focus on one guy. When you got a guy like Tavon, I was talking to the defensive coaches about it the other day. I mean, they want to account two people to him, every snap. But when you do that, then you only got so many of them over there. You got 11, and you got to cover up everything. So I mean, if people are going to do that, then Stedman could have a big day, and vice versa. If people are going to take Stedman out the game, then Tavon should have good. Now, across the board, if we can get two other guys, making plays like that, or one other guy making play like that, then it'll balance out.
The nice thing is you can bunch them up or you can spread them out. Yeah. There's lots of different things you can do with those two guys.
Oh, it's the sky. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's those guys are talented. You just got to get them the ball.
Does the fact that they're the same build and size, does that make any difference?
Stedman and Tavon?
Yeah, they're basic. I mean, they're shorter in stature, that type of thing.
I would think Stedman's like 6 foot. Tavon's probably 5'9".
Similar. I mean, it's not 6'5" and 5'10" though.
No, I mean, I think that there is a difference between those two. Yeah. I mean, Stedman's definitely a vertical threat guy, outside guy. Not that Stedman couldn't go in the slot and do some things. And Tavon's more of a, he's a twitchy guy. He's start and stop guy. He gets from stop to start full speed as fast as anybody does.
For little shorter guys, again, I know you're saying they seem to be able to get up in the air and get the ball too. Both have pretty good jumping ability. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just great ball skills. Yeah. That's the bottom line. Is people that have great ball skills and tend to snatch the ball out the air, and I think you see that. People that don't have great ball skills, you tend to, they get covered and they get the ball knocked down a lot.
Can you explain how Jordan Thompson has progressed this spring at receiver?
He's been good. I mean, for a first-year guy, I mean, he should be going to prom right now. I mean, he should still be in high school. And so, you know what I mean, there was a lot of question marks about him because of his size and everything. He plays bigger than he is, so, I mean, he's an extremely smart kid. I mean, he might make a mistake one time, but he's not going to make it twice. And so, that's a testament of, coming out of the high school he came out of and the way they coach their kids and the level of competition those guys play. and his football IQ is out the roof.
Would you say he's farther along than most kids who come in as a senior?
As a freshman? Yeah, I definitely would say that.
Considering that Tavon was a running back coming out,
right.
Are you surprised at his ball skills, or is that just because he's a naturally gifted
Just
guy?
naturally gifted guy. I mean, he if you watch his high school highlight tape, then he was doing it in high school, and so he's just a talented guy. And it's hard to. I mean, I get asked questions about him all the time, and the bottom line is, I mean, God blesses some people with great talent, and they did. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean you can be a great player. You got to do everything right off the field and on the field and everything. So that's a testament to him.
What about the route running, all those little things that you teach? I mean, did that have to come for him, or did you have to?
Well, I mean, he had to learn a different system,
yeah.
And I think he had to learn our level of expectation for him, and so. You know, we're not the kind of staff that's going to let Tavon jog at practice because he's Tavon Austin, you know. And so he's going to be held to the same accountability as everybody else.
Can you describe Tyler Cody Clay's development? And do you plan on using him in a similar capacity as Tyler because of their...
Yeah, I mean, Cody and Tyler are similar, but they're different, you know. I mean, Cody's really good as a true tight end, you know. When you put him in there, I mean, he does a great job of blocking. And you know, the part of his game that, like Tyler was probably a little better than Cody at this point in the slot. And so Cody needs to develop a little more in space. But as far as putting his hand on the ground, and we're doing, you know, more reps of that every day, you know, with him. And so he's been doing a really good job of doing that.
How advantageous is